to me, what makes the difference in success or failure, it's the people.
Welcome to the Voice of Visma podcast, where the heartbeat of our community comes to life. Join us as we chat with Visma leaders and colleagues, sharing their stories, industry insights, and valuable career lessons.
Welcome to this Voice of Visma podcast. I'm happy to be your host. My name is Linda Emmery. I'm from the Netherlands and working as a people director in the public segment in Visma. I'm very happy today we have Kasper Lyhr, the segment director of the public segment. I'm so much looking forward to this conversation because we're going to talk about the beauty of the public segment and Kasper his own journey. So let's start.
Look forward.
Yes. Warm welcome to you, Kasper.
Thank you so much, Linda.
And maybe we can start. Could you tell a bit about yourself and how you started in Visma?
Ooh, yeah, it's a long journey. I think I'll probably start from the beginning then. I have now, I guess, 18 years experience with software and software as a service primarily. I came out of uni, joined a software company. I started from a commercial side of things. My education is business administration. So actually joined a company in Sweden. Being Danish, that wasn't the normal thing to do, but I wanted to have some experience outside Denmark. So I joined a startup at the time that was growing really fast. As an account manager. But very quickly I got into management role and the company was growing really fast. So I got into group management and had several roles in that company. And while we scaled the company, I actually got to live 7 years abroad. So I was lucky enough to get to try to live both in San Francisco, try and, in a corporate venture kind of role where we bought companies, we met all the VCs, we learned the ecosystem around San Francisco and Silicon Valley. Then I tried London, tried the bustling business development culture in London, the busy streets, the financial district, then a quick trip to Stockholm as well. And then for a period of time, I actually was responsible for Asia Pacific to be specific. And during that time, I actually lived in Dubai because it was more practical being close to both Europe and Asia. So quite an educating journey in my first job with, I think it took 8 years from the beginning. I believe there was, I don't remember the exact number, but less than 100, probably more than 50 employees. And when I left the company, we've scaled it to more than 1,200 employees. So it's quite a journey. Yeah. So after that, I wanted to try something for myself. I wanted to be the CEO, so to speak, the founder. So I moved back to Denmark. And that became the beginning of the company First Agenda, which was later acquired by Visma. Spoiler alert. But that's a company that sold meeting software solutions to primarily the public sector, primarily municipalities. And the original software was a spin out of another company, but it was quite quickly ramped, and we did that over 4 years. We gained a market share of, I believe, was 95% in Denmark and more than 40% in Norway. And I guess at some point we got an acquisition offer, and that kind of kickstarted a structured process. And luckily, in that process, Visma also showed interest. And from my chair, I really wanted to get acquired by Visma. I had contacts that's been through that journey. I also had contacts that worked within Visma, and I knew the company and I knew the values, and I knew the combination of being a larger company, but still having the entrepreneurial spirit. And that was extremely appealing to me. So I was pushing hard. There was also other owners, so obviously had a say. But luckily, we ended up in 2020 selling First Agenda to Visma.
Wow. Yeah, that's impressive story, Kasper. And what I like is that we always say in Visma we have this entrepreneurial spirit. But I like with your background, being an entrepreneur and then stepping into Visma. Yeah. So then the company and you as an MD were part of Visma. And then could you elaborate a bit on what happened to the company and what happened to you? Because now you are part of the top management of Visma.
Yeah, that's also quite a journey. So I guess I've been in Visma now for 5 years. Coming into the company, I'm happy that my expectations were true. Visma leaves the autonomy to keep the entrepreneurial spirit in First Agenda alive, but it added opportunities to actually do tuck-in acquisitions, and we did several acquisitions in the years that followed in Denmark within the public sector. Some, were really supplementary. Others were related in other ways, but you wouldn't never have been able to create that kind of ecosystem if you hadn't been part of Visma. And being part of that journey, I started out being the managing director of First Agenda, but then quickly got responsibility for the acquisitions we've done within the public sector in Denmark. I think it was within a year and a half, and that was 6 or 7 companies. And from there on, I was lucky enough to get the chance to then take on the Nordics, and now the full public segment, as we call it, which is quite sizable segment. We are 43 companies, just shy of 4,000 employees. So it's it's a complex organization, but also a very, very important organization, delivering a lot of value to our customers within our different areas of expertise.
Yes, and of course I'm part of the team.
You are important part.
Yeah, thank you. And it's nice to see that we are managing all these companies in all these different markets with such a small team, and that for me is always an example on the how entrepreneurial we are, and how agile we work. Also in this public segment. But you were touching a very nice topic, I would say, to dive a little bit more deeper. The value we offer to our customers, which are varies from healthcare, education, municipalities. Could you elaborate a bit on that?
Yeah, it's something that obviously makes me quite proud, to be honest, and it gives me, and I believe the employees working in the public segment in Visma, quite a lot of purpose. Our software is business critical software, actually making the wheels go around in local primarily, but also central government institutions in Northern Europe. That being, managing the finances or paying the payroll, or creating the learning schedules for our kids, or even, referring someone from a general practitioner to a hospital. It's a quite broad, very complex product portfolio we have, but all of the systems are crucial for making the wheels go around in society. And that actually brings a lot of value to me. We actually touch the citizens' lives, right? Meaning you, me, and everybody else. And the better we do this, the more efficient we make the processes, the higher the service level we can actually give to the citizens, whether that's our kids in education or it's the elderly that needs care. So it's an important task that all of us in public segment have. So I'm really happy to work with this segment specifically.
And I think when it's about purpose, when that is clear, that gives such an engagement and motivation, for our people to really deliver the value to all our customers. And when we look at the challenges we see in society, could you tell a bit more on how we as Visma work together with our customers, for our customers?
Yes, it's a very good question. I think people might not at the moment be thinking a lot of some of the factual challenges we will face in Northern Europe in the years to come. We are most certainly, and that's a fact, going to see an increase in the part of the population that is plus 65, or the elderly part of the population. And we have smaller generations, meaning there's actually fewer people to lift, there are fewer hands to lift, meaning we do see a bit of a demographic challenge in the years to come. Effectively, we estimate that, it's of course an estimation, it's important to state, but we estimate that we will go from maybe 20% today, which are 65 plus, to 25% in 2040. That might not sound like a lot, but it really is. I asked AI, we'll talk about that in a minute, a little bit like try to estimate, how the ratio between public sector workers and the elderly population will change in this period. Mm-hmm. And it will almost be double. So you'll actually have two potential people into the elderly sector or elderly population for one public sector worker. So the need for us to become more productive in order to maintain the levels of service we today provide in the public sector is quite massive, actually. And I see our purpose as Visma. We need to go in, and through technology, we need to optimize society. For instance, using AI, whether that's, making journaling automatic, or scheduling much more efficient. There are a lot of tasks that in the years to come should be automated to free up time for the people working in this public sector to actually help the elderly or the children or the sick, so they don't spend time on administration and tedious tasks. And this gives me so much purpose. And I think being the largest standard software provider in Northern Europe to the public sector, we are also well positioned to actually be the ones that drive this agenda. And this is obviously something that is very top of mind for me, and something that matters a lot, not just to Visma, but actually to society, as this change in demographic happens.
Yeah, this is huge. It feels like a huge task we're on for society, and fulfilling it every day, being in partnership with the customers, I would say, to make sure that they can deliver what they are really good at, their core. So helping those customers out in this task is. I think it's super important and super inspiring as well. Yeah. We touched upon it earlier in a conversation, like the culture we have in Visma, and when it comes to HR and when it comes to people. We see although we grow as Visma with acquiring companies, with adding companies to the group. We see a culture, a specific culture in Visma, and when we add companies to the group, there's most of the times it's super. We look at the culture fit with those companies, right? Could you tell us a bit about the culture and the people part in the segment or in Visma, and how that works for you?
Yeah, I would put the people first. First and foremost, we have, as mentioned, a caring but also very entrepreneurial culture. We strive to make the difference described, and I think it also brings ambition, obviously. To me, what makes the difference in success or failure, it's the people. So we put the people first, and that is, I think, the fundamentals of Visma and how we drive and strive to succeed with all these initiatives, right? Because this doesn't come by itself. It requires a lot of hard work, a lot of difficult decisions, and all of that comes from the people. And then I want to talk a little bit about trust. We have trust in culture. I believe that people want what's best for Visma, and because of that, I also give them the autonomy to make the decisions they feel are right. Of course, we will strive to help, provide the analysis, give them the tools to make the right decisions. But ultimately, it's all about, the drive, the entrepreneurship in the local product lines, in the local companies, in the local countries. And we just see this formula working. So inspired people, trust, entrepreneurship, all of these things are core in the culture in Visma.
Yeah, and I think you can only be entrepreneurial as a person when you feel safe, when you feel you are trusted, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, and so building this safe work environment, at least for me as a people director, is of course one of my is part of my mission. But it's great to see that this topic is really owned by you, by all the leaders actually, because then only then we can make it work, right? And then people can take ownership themselves.
That's a good word, ownership. I agree.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And by having ownership and having the inspiration of the purpose we have as a public segment, then I think that's where the magic happens,
that's
right?
That's where the magic happens. I agree.
Yeah. And you were referring also to AI, and some might say, okay, Visma, you have this people focus. Also in the offerings we have to our customers, and then AI comes in. How do you look at that?
I think they go well in combination, right? I think especially having the challenges just described in the public sector in our core markets. I think tech in general, but AI specifically comes a bit as a blessing. Of course, it's early days. We are still seeing this technology develop, but I think the promise is really, really big. And we are already now in the forefront of this and experimenting. We have hundreds of AI experiments going on and also commercial AI products already out there helping making society more efficient, making our customers more efficient and actually giving them the opportunity to spend more time on the tasks that, creates value for the citizens. This, I believe, is actually more or less, it will be an exponential curve. I think the AI impact will increase dramatically, but we will make sure it happens with the people focus, not just for the Visma employees, but also at our customers. That's in our culture, that's in our DNA. And I definitely see those two go well hand in hand for the future. But it is and needs to be a key strategic focus area for the public segment to utilize the opportunities AI bring. So we help our customers become more productive, so we don't get a massive dip in service levels or maybe very high taxation, whatever is needed, or other alternatives, which is not necessarily very attractive.
Yeah, it's for me it's really inspiring to see all those AI initiatives, and people really wanted to. That's how we learn in Visma, like bring people together in communities, learning from each other, trying. learning from mistakes and building on all the knowledge we have in Visma, in the Visma group.
Exactly.
Yeah, we talked about growing companies. We've talked about the segment, how it is right now. Can you tell a bit about our M&A strategy, how we continue to grow?
I can say some words. Yes, I think M&A is in our DNA as well. We have acquired hundreds of companies throughout, and we will continue to do so. Specifically for the public sector, we will continue to acquire companies with good technology, most likely located in our core markets. Obviously, we do like to see profitable growth. That's also part of our DNA, and it will be within the core subsegments of what we do. So, payroll, finance, of course, but also education, social and healthcare, infrastructure, general administration, especially if you see optimization opportunities like process optimization. All of these areas are areas we're strong within already with our different products. And whether it's it's a small software as a service company or it's a larger one, if it's within these areas and we do believe there's a culture fit, we see technology is good, they have happy customers, then we will most definitely have a look because M&A is part of our DNA, and we will continue to buy companies also in the public segment.
I feel like we could talk on for longer, but I think we touched upon the most important topics I wanted to discuss with you in this conversation. So thank you so much for being here and taking the time to tell about your story and about the beauty of the public segment in Visma.
Thank you so much, Linda, and thank you for having me.
And thanks for listening and watching the Voice of Visma podcast of the public segment. And see you in the next episode.